So for those of you who want to live outside the United States or think the housing crisis is just us, it's not. I first brought you a story in England where they cannot afford to live and they're having to live with someone and clean for them to be able to stay. Okay. Now this is Australia. Australians are being pushed out, kind of like what's happening in Puerto Rico, what's happening in Hawaii. They are being pushed out because people are coming to stay. They're staying in these smaller towns, taking over the smaller towns. And now these residents are in tents. These women are crying. They're not used to living like this, and they're feeling like bad moms because they're supposed to be able to provide for their children and they literally can't. This is so heartbreaking. So you all, please watch this story because you all know this is what we're going through right now. Okay. All these big landowners and developers are buying up the land here and charging us astronomical prices to rent. This is just heartbreaking. It's ridiculous. And I hope
Sydney
that someone
is in the
sees
grip
this
of a
and can
rental
help
crisis. But in some regional towns, the situation has gone beyond crisis point. Tonight, we take you south to the coastal town of Moruya, where families are living in tents and the local council is pleading with both sides of politics to make housing a major priority.
The beautiful south coast of New South Wales, a holiday playground for Sydney-siders and Canberrans. But that popularity has a sting in the tail for some of those who live here.
I am so ashamed. My daughter deserves better than what I can give up.
Kelly lives at Moruya's North Head campground with her 17-year-old daughter. Their caravan is full of holes and mould. Mice and snakes run around while they're sleeping.
No one seems to care. We're just like under a rock and we'll just leave you there and who cares?
More than 50 families now live at this campground next to Moruya Airport. Council ignores the mandate that says no one can stay longer than 50 days. The beachfront ground has been closed to tourists since January.
Very heartbreaking. You're sort of supposed to leave it at work, but I don't leave it at work. I take it home with me.
What do you think would happen if you weren't here?
Well, I think the community would be absolutely buggered without us, put it that way.
Pauline is the heart and soul of Anglicare's crisis response here. She estimates hundreds of families are living rough on the south coast. She's getting new clients every day.
Our pantry looks good today, but by Wednesday it'll be empty.
Cassie and her two little boys have been homeless since July, bouncing between hotels and crisis accommodation. There've been days they've gone without meals.
Yeah, and I just want a home for these boys. I just want my boys to grow up happy and healthy and know that they've got somewhere to sleep every night. I'm sorry.
Her mum guilt is overwhelming.
It's hard to pinpoint a reason for the crisis here because the truth is it's been a perfect storm. First, the bushfires. Then COVID drove people from the city to the region. More than 1,000 homes here are holiday rather than long-term rentals, and an infrastructure boom has seen hundreds of short-term workers seek housing too. Do the maths, and there are not enough homes to go around.
So we've got a new class of homeless who are working poor, so they have full-time jobs but just can't find affordable long-term rentals in the area.
Of the 500 homes destroyed in the 2019 bushfires, only 122 have been rebuilt. More workers are expected when construction starts on the new hospital.
We don't have worker accommodation for those people coming in to do that, and that's something we asked the state government to do as well.
Council also wants the power to reduce the number of days homes can be let as holiday rentals, and for housing to be an election priority, so people like Kelly and Cassie have a chance.
And if anyone has a home, has a house that they're willing to rent.
In Moruya, Jane Azzopardi, 9 News.